All right, hey, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage, and today we bought another motor, as you can tell. I went out, found this thing for sale on the marketplace, and I think it's going to turn into be a nice one. I really do. Trying to get this thing unhooked and undone one-handed. Thank you there. Motor incoming. 454, Lenati roller rockers, or not Lenati, wrong name, Matt. Roller rockers, Howard's cams. Howard's cam roller rockers, aluminum water pump. It's got a brand new camshaft in it. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It's been sitting around, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean her up, get her set way over there on that run stand. I'm not gonna turn my phone because I'm using the phone for this moment, but bringing a fresh one in. So let's get started. All right, yeah, we're still on the camera phone. All right, so after a shot of paint, here we are. She looks really good. She looks really, really good. All right, well, just a quick update. I decided to put it on this stand before I went in the house because I'm gonna flip you to the front facing camera and show you why. All right, big block on the run stand. 6-cylinder on an engine stand. Let's go over here in the shop. Just walk with me here. Just real quick. Small block Chevy on the engine stand. Small block Chevy on the engine stand. LS on an engine stand. I can't pick them up by myself and I only have one. Oh yeah, guess what? LS on the engine stand. All my stands are full. So, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in about a week and a half when I get 2 more engines back from the machine shop. Kaboom! My head's gonna blow off my shoulders. Either way, we'll bring you back once we get back work on this big block over here. There she is, sitting on the run stand, nice and pretty. Bring her back later. All right, hey, so as you can tell, I'm still in the shop. I went in the house, grabbed something to eat, came back because I'm one of them guys that just can't leave well enough alone. And after I set the engine on the run stand, I kind of went and grabbed some parts and just set on top. They're not bolted down. They're just sitting here, but it sure does look pretty, doesn't it? Mickey Thompson valve covers, polished aluminum elder Brock intake. Yeah. So now we'll flip you to the front facer and show you exactly what we found. Yes, we're still on the phone. We will flip back to the camera tomorrow morning when we get into this thing, or maybe we'll just end it tonight where we're at. Might just be a short and go to the next. All right, so as you see, I did spray it. This motor's brand new, or I was told it was brand new. It's a friend of a friend I got it from. He said it was brand new and never been ran. He had it at his house for a little while, and it's been moved a couple times, so it got scratched up and dinged up. I sprayed it. It looks pretty good. But this is what I wanted to see. What do we have going on down here in the bottom end? I wanted to see it. So it's 2-bolt block. See, main caps, 2-bolt mains. Now I'm going to go for the 2 that you can see the easiest, which are right here. So look, you have forward and back play and side to side play. Nothing. Forward and back play, side to side play, nothing. Perfect. Just as it's supposed to be. This thing looks clean. I mean, I don't think it's ever been ran. Well, there it is. And that's where I'm gonna stop for the time being. For real this time. Going in, you'll finish up the night. All right, I'd like to take a quick brief intermission on the current project we're working on, just to ask y'all to like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment on the videos, as it helps the channel grow and lets me know what y'all like and don't like about the videos, as well as when you leave a comment, I'm guaranteed to reply because I reply to every comment left in the videos. So there you go. Let's now return to our current project. All right, we're finally back on the GoPro. So hope camera quality's increased a lot. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna show you what we got going on. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the oil pan gasket back on. We'll put just a little bit of silicone on the very front corners of the pan gasket where the timing cover meets, and at the very back where it dips into the block. Just a dab in both spots, and we'll put it back together. I'm gonna scrape this pan real quick to knock this layer of ink off of it. Call it. So let's get this thing together. All right, here's the best part. So when you lay these pans up here, yeah, I know my pan's a little rough. This gasket, the one-piece Velcro gasket, comes with these little tabs. Makes it easy for when you're working on one in the car or on the bottom of the run stand just like this. Just screw the tabs in, slide the pan up, and those tabs hold her just perfectly. All right, here we go. So we're getting ready to set the intake on. Yes, it's a different day. I know, different day. Been busy with other stuff. So we're getting ready to set the intake on. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this like an old dyno mule motor. What you do is you lay the intake gaskets up, you put silicone on them, you pull them where you want them, and they'll stick pretty good. All I use is just use the bolt holes to line them up. And then you take a thin coat of wheel bearing grease, really thin, right here on the ribs of the gasket on this big block. Since it's got ribs, it's typically all you have to worry about is anywhere around a rib. And I mean a thin coat, just enough to where it shows up here. So we'll do this all the way across the entire gasket. I'll probably need a little more than that. And just, like I said, smooth her out real good, thin coat. It'll make it seal, so you won't have any leaks, but it also won't let the gasket stick, which in my case, that's perfect because the intake I'm going to put on this motor is not staying, and I don't feel like cleaning up another set of gaskets. So I'm sure I'll put another set of gaskets on this motor after we get done with this, but just in case, just make it easier to pull the gaskets on and off. Same thing, just remember, real thin all the way around. This is what we used to do on dyno motors back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and what we used to do for race motors, because it made it easy to rip the intakes on and off of them at the track. Your gaskets never stuck, and you could reuse your gaskets. Street motor, I'm not going to reuse a gasket, but race motors, I definitely will. There's been many times I've reused intake gaskets on race motors. All right, intake time. So, oh crap, I'm on the wrong side. So what you want to do with him, you want to take him, you want to get him as straight as possible. Most people look down through the bolt holes. I'm just going to have to go for it, as always. So here we go, going for it right now. Curve, plop. Now we'll hope that's straight, and hope my bolts are long enough on top of all that. Uh-oh. We might have problems. Maybe I didn't get her to kaplop straight. I think my kaplop is off to the back, which is bad. Yep, it is. So now we're having to shift to the front, which you don't want to do. Let's hope that we didn't affect anything there by doing that. So that's what you don't want to have to do. So now you have to get you a screwdriver and check the gasket. Like I said before, if you can see what you're doing, this is a step you can skip. And do the same thing on the back side right here. Get your two bolts started, which it looks like the bolts I'm using are too short. Story of my life. It's always too short. Alright, well, we got the intake bolted on with all but one bolt. So, just pull her down, torque her down. Now what we'll do is we'll grab right here across the front, do that. And make sure to wipe the face of the intake real good, because this is a nice intake. Very, very, very pretty intake. Make sure she's clean. And then peel the tape. We don't want to leave it either. There you go. So now we'll walk around and do the back side. I'm about to crash into the camera tripod. Yeah, it's cut rate production. I know. I can't help it. It's called Blind Guys Garage for a reason. All right, so same thing. We'll take my towel and slash rag and wipe this back section right here. Boom. Roll the rag around and wipe the intake off. Make sure it's clean, because the last thing we want is a dirty intake when it's all said and done. And you grab this piece of tape. I hope you didn't smash it under. I've been known to do that before. There you go. There's your clean bead of silicone. And there's your clean bead of silicone once again. So we shouldn't leak. All right, and we're back in the shop. I don't remember where I left off on this guy. I just rolled this engine stand down here in the middle of the floor. So we're gonna get her wrapped in some parts and make her run. At least that's the goal for the day. We will not have a water pump on it. We'll just deal with that because I don't have the pulleys for it. For some reason, I can't find them. I'll order a set of those, get headers on it, put my EFI kit back up on top where it belongs, make it run. Let's do it. All right, as always, when we do this, it's that time, oil pressure time. I've already started pumping it. I hadn't had oil pressure yet, so let's keep going. Oh, drill just got tight, and we're starting to get pressure. All right, after some oil pressure pumping, here we go. We have oil on that one, just a little bit, you can see it. Oil running down that one, oil on that one. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Let's go to the other side. So far so good. Let's check this side real quick. Start from the back and work our way forward. Got fresh oil there, 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 there. Oh, hit the oil dipstick. Ooh, do we have any on that one? I see my big head's in the, oh, yep, there's fresh oil there, there, and there. So, got fresh oil everywhere. That's good. Now we'll launch the valves out and call it good enough. All right, we've got the FI tuned in. Let's see if she runs. If I did my job properly, she will. Take two. A lot more timing.
That's gonna sound good.
The tapping noise you're hearing is my metal dash, by the way. That was. But it lives. Alright, well, we just fired it up for the first time. My battery's dead, my jump box is dead, so we'll bring it back in a bit after we've charged them up. But the whistling noise, if you even heard it on camera, see a problem? Yeah, somebody taped this port up. It was actually not me. It's the guy I got this intake from. Yep. And the port sucked through, and that's the whistling. So we'll put a plug in that if we can get it to let go of my hand, and that'll probably make it not make a whistling whining noise. What y'all think? So bring it back once we fire it back up again. All right, well, we got her in, got her tuned up pretty good. So let's finish this one up here, and we'll may or may not bring it back for a little bit more, I don't know. But we know the motor runs good. It's got a tiny oil leak off the front of the oil pan gasket. I'm sure it's my fault, but it doesn't help. The two front bolts and the timing cover are stripped, so put a longer bolt in them with a nut on top. We'll fix that. So let's see. there she is. She runs, she lives. Cam sounds pretty healthy. So we'll see how that goes. But let's fix this oil leak before we keep running her. And I'm pretty satisfied.